What's happening? We back at it again. Welcome to the process. Like I said, you got your host and your co-host. You got your host over here, Shan X, aka Raymond Harper, aka the Pastor Man, aka we can keep it going. You know what I'm saying?
Stupid.
But my name is Malcolm. Like I said, we back for another episode. Like I said, first and foremost, we appreciate y'all for tuning in yet again. Like I said, this is the second episode that we came up with, and like I said, we got more to come. So just be on the lookout. Just hold your horses. Like I said, pump your brakes, and like I said, just come on, take this ride along with us. Man. So with today's segment, it's really called "Never Stop Creating."
Never stopped. Yeah.
So with that being said, man. What you got for the people for today?
Man, so today on the timeline, man, we gonna be actually giving a lot of flowers to my little bro, Antonio Harper.
Respect.
Cause with that being said, if you don't know who Antonio Harper is, let me give you some background on him. That's my little bro. You know what I'm saying? The boy has been doing his thing.
Man.
And what I mean by that is I'm telling you, so back in 2014 when I started making music, I started writing music and little bro's just, paying attention, taking notes, and he started getting on the wave. And so I remember there was points in time where he would ask me to listen to his verse, or hey, check out the beat, or even showing him how to engineer a little bit. But I remember at some point it switched. It's the point where I'll be playing 2K in the front, he'll be in his room still working, or I'll be sleeping, or I'll be going through some things and trying to get my mind right, and that man will be going through some things and go to the music and clock in. And this man, from Contain the Flame,
man.
5
Well,
collabed with me with 2017.
Preach on.
Then this man went and did Yard Against.
Hey.
Then this boy did Smoke. Then even Overtime with the boy Javion Jackson. Shout out. And this man been cooking.
Yeah.
And he keeps cooking. And so we had to mention him on the timeline because he's a part of the story.
Always.
He's always a part of the narrative. So what's your thoughts on Antonio's career, man? Like what he's been doing, man?
Man, say, bro. I remember back in 2014, man.
Because you've been around for a minute, y'all.
Man, look, he made a song, and then he spent the block just to recreate the song, re-engineer the song over again.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, it was running on that mixtape with him holding the flower. What?
5
Yeah,
Yeah.
Man, say, when he came and spent back the block on that, it was just like, oh yeah, he out that gate now. He out that gate. But like I said, we finna go way back to what was the other mixtape? The one, was it Night Vision?
I forgot. I missed it in the lineup. Yeah, Night Vision.
Night Vision. Bro,
you make too much music.
Man, it's like, I remember I had just came back home from Nebraska, and I remember he was working on it. Like, he was working on it hard. Like, he was up there making it work. So then I remember when it came down to it, I'm asking him, like, bro, when you dropping it? Like, when you dropping it? He like, man, bro, it's soon. Like, he was messing around even low-key slide me songs that was going to be on there. So I'm like, oh, yeah, this going to be it. Then when that album dropped, oh, yeah, it was over with. Like, I feel like one of my most favorite songs was, on that album was Two-Way Street. And like I said, it's so wild.
That's solid one.
It's so wild, bro, because at the end of the day, like, I asked him a couple of years later afterwards, like, hey, what made you make that song? And he had some major key points on the reason why he made it, like I said, and it came from the inside internally. And for him to actually express that, I was like, oh yeah, he ready. He finna be on the rise slowly but for sure. And then from there, like I said, he elevated. Like, man, you know how, like I said, you know how you be on the plane. Like I said, you gotta be on that runway. Once you hit that runway, that speed start going up. You elevate, getting that L. Hey, it ain't coming back down till you reach your destination. But with him, like I said, we don't know where his destination is. Like I said, he's still in the air flying. Like I said, he mess around doing loops around the world, and he still got it going. So like I said, man, hey, shout out to you, little bro, for real. Like I said, man, this got nothing but the most respect, much love for you. And then, like I said, I also appreciate you for even giving me, the time and the effort to mess around and make stuff with you. Like I said, being there for the ride along with you. I remember when you used to hit me up asking about, hey, what you think about this, bro? And yeah. And I remember, like I said, that's one thing that y'all don't even know. It was this one song that we were supposed to make. And like I said, it was
You get some,
Dude,
some
hey, look,
top vault type stuff.
Say, man, this right here, this was like on some menace to society days. Like this right here, if we would have made that song,
boy.
Hey.
He was that at one point.
Trust me.
Hey.
She would have knew who she was, but you know, like I said, that's neither here or there. Like I said, that's the old days. Like man, it's all about growth and elevation. Like I said, so I also want to salute you out to that for, you know, messing around and being able to take the initiative to really think to yourself and just decide like, nah, I ain't want to do that song no more. It ain't even worth it. Her time ain't even worth it of me mess around, you know, exposing her like that. So I'm like, no respect, like I said.
Yeah.
So therefore, like I said, man, first of all, like I said, man, salute out to you. I can't give you the ample amount of flowers that I want to because, like I said, you still going, man. You still going. Like I'm proud of you, real still. I'm proud of you.
Man, that's big, man. That's big. Shoot, man. Got me speechless.
But
he be doing his thing.
Yeah, he had.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like I said, I'm the one who came into y'all putting in y'all time and effort, putting in that OT and everything like that. So you let me know what's your best collab with Antonio?
Man, our best collab with Antonio, honestly, shoot, it's so many because we got that project in 2017, man. I have to say Fly.
Yeah.
I have to say Fly, and I know that's because, at least in my circle, that's a song that's like that's a known song. But the reason why I said Fly is just all the memories that came with that. Like, Lil Bro made the beat.
Mm-hmm.
Lil Bro told me this is when we legit made the idea about making a collab project. That was like one of the first songs we worked on, and he had the beat ready. And I remember I was that was a lot of things. I was working at the church basically. I was like a custodian, security, everything. And I remember one time he sent me the beat, and he was like, "Hey, bro, I think this song will be good for the project." And I heard the beat, so I'm watching the cameras. I just started like I cannot lie to you, just everything. It was just going like it just. I locked in. I told him the topic. I like, let's get it going. So when I got back to the house, I spit it to him. He was like, "Oh, grab the mic." And like legit, we started working. Got it done, and then even just again that community, man. We had a homeboy that lives in Atlanta right now, and he flew down. He told me he was in for a couple of days, does the videography and things like that. So he was like, "Bro, let's do a music video." And I'm like, "Give us a great deal." So that was like even the first, that was like one of the real first music videos I ever done.
For sure.
And I would not chose anybody else to do it.
For sure. Shout out to a girl for real.
Yes, most definitely, man. Doing his thing up there, and so like. He gave us our first music video experience, and even that moment was so cool. We was in downtown Dallas, music blasting because you gotta do it for the video, and like seeing people like real life responses. And yeah, people stop and be like, "Man, what this song called? What this song dropping? Oh, is that right?" You know, like it was just cool seeing how like even the city was rocking with it, and I was like, okay, this nice. So I gotta say that's my favorite. Man, what's your favorite? Because we ain't gonna act like. We ain't gonna even act like this man ain't been in the studio with this man. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So what's your favorite collab with Antonio that you was a part of, bro?
Man, really, to be honest, realistically, like I said, I only got one collab with him. And like I said, shout out to him once again for, even giving me the opportunity to, do that. It was just so ironic because, like I said, I think we had already, it was back in 2019?
Gotta be.
Yeah, back in 2019, like I said, I remember that day like it was yesterday. Man, went to church all the way out there forward from the north side. Ended up having one of my little partners with me, little brother, whatever. Matter of fact, old Jill, like he messed around, brought up before.
Yeah.
Like I said, it had been a while since we seen it, so I was like, "Hey man, take this ride with me real quick." Like I said, we finna go to the clip, go mess with family real quick. He was like, "Already, say less." Boom, we get there, we having a good time, we chop it up, this, that, and the third. And before you know it, it seemed like we were finna dip up out of there. But then I feel like he got something in the works of me. Like I said, especially, his lifestyle. Like I said, his lifestyle was different from both our lifestyles. So it's just like, matter of fact, let's go ahead and put you on the track. And it's so crazy because, like I said, you and him collab together in your room. And then me and Antonio were collabing together in the boys' room.
Okay.
And it was so crazy because then you had already finished your verse on on Purpose.
Yeah. Yeah, Purpose was done. I was gonna work on the second verse.
See,
But then Jizzle was there.
mm-hmm.
So I was like, hey bro, you give verse 2. Cause he was talking all that stuff like,
Yeah, like he got it in him. You did what I'm saying? And so it was so crazy because, like I said, he was already done with his verse on his song.
Yeah.
And then Antonio, like I said, matter of fact, I was like, hey, look, bro, what you got in that vote? You know what I'm saying? He was like, man, hey, big bro, I got something for you. Like I said, this probably that one for you. So I was like, all right, say lit. He played that beat. I was like, oh yeah, smooth.
For real.
And then he gave my little time slot of where I was gonna be rapping at. I'm like, all right, say lit. Then next thing you know, I say it probably took like an hour. It took about an hour. What it take about an hour 30?
Yeah.
So like we both, so like we basically like we all as a whole made 2 songs in one day within the same time slot. So it was just like, it was so crazy. And then like at first, when I come with my verses, like I'm gonna spit some knowledge, but the thing is like, when you get to that one stop sign where you got 3 different avenues to go and you just don't know which one to go to because you ain't got you ain't got the signal on the map trying let you know which way to go. So it's just like
painting the picture for you. He's painting the picture. I don't know if you see it, but he painted the
man,
picture.
say bro, like I ain't gonna lie, like I had a little bro, I was like, man, hey, I'm finna spit what I got to you now. And like I said, which avenue you think I should take? I spit it to him, he was like, oh yeah, hey, do it this way.
Yeah.
Did it that way, man. Next thing you know, we like, all right, come on, let's go and record.
Yeah.
From there, like I said, I ain't think they was gonna, do what they was gonna do. Like I'm just thinking like, okay, this would be like maybe like a little single, whatever. And then from there, like I said, it went from it being on to the Smoke album to he was like in the same process, all this going on. He was like, hey, big bro, I want you to mess around. We finna I want to do a music video, but I want you to be in it. So I'm like, all right, smooth. So I'm thinking like, one of his other songs, whatever, like I say, I'm gonna hop in, be a hype man, whatnot, woo, blam. Whole time he like, oh yeah, by the way, we doing it for who else? I'm like, what? He was like, yeah, and then from there, like I said, man, that just elevated itself as being a good time. It was just like, yeah.
That's fire.
Yeah, for real.
That's real, bro. It was cool seeing like how y'all just seeing the different styles clash. Cause like I said, we started and we were going making music like we expressed on the last episode, but then it was cool how little bro saw what we got going and seeing your gifts, seeing your art, seeing your vision, and then boom. It's there. I know Troy was telling me like, I got this off of Malcolm, I got this off of Malcolm. Like he will always like it was just cool seeing how they like all worked out. Like nobody can make a better story.
Man, like I said, man, that's all it's life about, man. Like I said, man, once you born, bro, like I said, it's all about creating your own book, man. Like I said, you do that, shit, man, you don't know what type of chapters you gonna come up with, what type of plot twist, all types of things. Like I said, man, but at the end of the day, man, once again, shout out to little bro as always, man. Keep doing you, keep elevating. And like I said, I'm just waiting on what you got in store for us for the near future because you got it going. But despite on that, since we didn't came across the ways of, bring little bro in, his success and whatnot, let's talk about you.
Yeah.
So with that being said, man, like first and foremost, when the last time you released something?
Man, back then, I probably like 2021. June? Yeah. June 2021, man, it's been a minute.
So the question is, the food for thought question is, why does it take so long for you to mess around and drop music?
Man, that's a loaded question. And honestly, it's always just finding myself, like I said, like on the last episode I expressed the weight that Shinx actually carried, because it was an insecurity, of being seen and things like that. And the part that's always interesting about me, like, don't get me wrong, like when I fail, that's something that does affect me. But honestly, I would say the main thing that held me back for the longest was actually success. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I always have ideas, and I always, every time I release a song, I always think like, oh, this is gonna be big. Like I always have that mindset. But success comes with consequences. Comes with life changes. People show their true colors. Yeah. And at that point in time in life, man, I remember I was not ready for that weight. Like I hold on to people so closely. And it was that mindset like, man, what if this blow up and then I find out you're not good for me? And what if I get here and then I find out you weren't good for me the whole time, or and the reality is you will never know. Like you talk about that book in them chapters, like you will never know how the story goes until you get there. True. And that's why I'm excited. Like even if this project coming that's about to be released. Like it's cool because for me, like I said, all of this y'all is signs of just healing that you came and make up type sense because like I never stopped creating and that's the whole point of this episode. As you can tell, like even back in that time, I would still make music. I always had songs. He was telling you about this whole song that was unreleased, that I haven't released. Like I always would have songs that I would ship it to him or to my other people. Like, hey man, I made this song, and they will always see me. I'm telling you, he one of the main ones too. Like, bro, when you dropping it though, bro, when you dropping this music, bro, when you dropping it, like it's good that I have people like you and others that will push me. But man, it always take me a minute because it was like either I was processing new stuff about myself. Or like a family member would die, or COVID would happen, or different things like that. That was still creating, but that releasing part was like, I don't know if I'm ready to share this with the world yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is still so vulnerable, this is still so close. And it still hurts, you know what I'm saying, to release this and then get a response and God had to just get that out the way. Like, nah, because again, you got so many things in plan, and I'm not even talking about success measured by man, but just things in plan for me that I gotta act on because he gave me these gifts and these talents and these ideas. And so, yeah, bro, that's why I took me so long, bro. It's been too long, so I'm ready. I'm ready, man.
Okay, so referring back to what you just said in that whole process of explaining that, because you said you was constantly still creating throughout all these life-changing experiences. So with that being said, how many songs could you say typically are in your vault right now that's unreleased?
Bro, it's crazy. Cause when I got my new laptop, when I transferred from my HP to my MacBook, and I put everything on a hard drive, I counted 159 songs. 159
159?
159.
That's not included on the album that you was talking about?
Dang, that is true. Cause there's only 3 songs that I got from the vault that I put on the project.
Okay, so you still at 156 about
typically.
Okay.
So it's bro. Yeah.
So realistically, since you got 156 songs in the vault, could you say that you could really drop about 5 or 6 albums right now?
I could. That's I ain't gonna lie. Some of them might have to be re-recorded because I was younger, so my voice sounded a little squeaky. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I feel like I can sing better, but that's besides the point too. But that's what I've been going through now. Like really looking back through some stuff. Like he even knows like the different projects that I had in mind that had to be stopped or rethought about and things like that. So it's one of the things that's kind of getting to a point where a lot of what I'm doing right now is just remixing or going back to the drawing board. Like, can I say this better? You know what I'm saying, with those songs. So they could be. I was just some other day. I was like, but why aren't you out? You know what I'm saying? So I started asking myself, like, why aren't you out? And so now all it is now is just that strategic. You know, it's no longer about time. Cause there's no such thing as the right time. You just gotta do it. But now it's about the strategicness, being tactical with the mindset of like, all right, I'm gonna do this one here. I'm gonna do this one later. I'm gonna do this one because it's building up to bring us to a journey. You know what I'm saying? And when I make music, it's not just for like a project and it's done. Like, everything we doing, even this podcast now, when you hear the project, I'm telling you, even this will make sense because they're all gonna come together. You know what I'm saying? To tell one big story. So
smooth business. So since you brought that up, because I was thinking in my mind like I was gonna ask this after the fact, but like I said, so it's 2 questions now since at this point since you brought it back up. So with this album, like I said, is there an anticipated release date? Like I said, can we know how many songs is gonna be on the album? What the album's gonna portray? Like give us the rundown of what the album gonna be looking like.
It's okay. So I ain't gonna give you a time frame. Cause I'm gonna keep it mysterious as of right now, but it's 9 songs.
Okay.
I got some poems in there. Because I also like to write poetry as well. So it's like 12 tracks. It's like a 13-track project, but it has 4 poems and 9 songs. And then even with that, the project is just really talking about, it's a process of things. The project is going to be called 12 to 5, and the reason why it's titled that, because I don't know about y'all, you can be talking to a girl or someone, and it's like, if it's 10 o'clock at night, it's like a regular conversation. But when it turns 12 o'clock, I don't know what it is, but that conversation takes a hard left. Sometimes on the downhill, or it becomes just a deep intellectual conversation, and that's why I'm called 12 to 5, because it was me wrestling with some things, like sleeping on myself, different things like that, and recognize that I couldn't no longer sleep on myself. I'm just tossing and turning, you know what I'm saying? I'm dealing with these big thoughts and things that I'm struggling with, you know, and it just all gonna come out on the paper. So like with Raymond Harper coming back to the light, it's not only a healing, but then you're gonna be able to see what Raymond Harper been thinking about when you hear the project type sense. And all of them, a lot of the songs, man, I ain't gonna lie, a lot of the songs are really just conversation starters. Like a lot of them are just letting you know, this is what I think. There's only a few songs, y'all, where it's like, this is my story, or this is where I'm at. A lot of them is like, hey, I'm just gonna say this to start the conversation, but again, the conversation still needs to be had.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? So there's really no periods. It's not like a lot of ending points with these songs. A lot of it is just like, hey, you hear it, you get to discuss with your friends, or you get to wrestle with those thoughts on your bed. You know what I'm saying? Join me in this process. I really think through some things and how we view life and how we experience it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that looks like, man.
Oh man, so hey, that means you got a lot in work for sure.
Man.
So to add on to that one, what, like I said, even though we know that you, since you just brought it up, that you love poetry and whatnot, what just made you decide, as opposed to them 4 songs, adding 4 extra songs, like just specifically just putting poetry on top of that, just being in your album?
Man, cause that's what I'm trying to get everybody my thoughts and ideas, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like even with music, like I'm ready to do more music videos, more visuals, because again, it's ideas and just trying to be transparent and vulnerable of all the gifts that's God has given me. So yeah, people know I rap. Yeah, people know I play instruments and I sing and I mix. But another part of that whole tool set is I write poems. You know what I'm saying? So even that night before I go to bed, a thought might come to my head. I'm just writing it down. You know what I'm saying? And so if I'm able to share my music, if I'm able to share my thoughts, and even the conversations that we have all the time. I'm telling y'all, on camera, off camera, him and I always talk about these type of things. Yeah, he's a great soundboard. I tell him my ideas. You know what I'm saying? He gives me feedback, or we just talk about just life. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And if you don't have that in your life, man, that's why I'm glad that we're doing this. But I also encourage you need some people that you can just bounce your ideas off of. You know what I'm saying? That can encourage you. Not a yes man, because I'm telling you, he's not no yes man. That nigga gonna keep it real. But someone that's gonna be able to listen and take your thoughts and to even maybe help you mold it. Like, did you think about this, bro? Or have you talked about this person? Or, you know, whatever the case may be. So that's how I do the poetry, man. Like, poetry is that outlet too. But I'm able to say my thoughts. I don't want to think about a beat right now. Yeah, you gotta hear these words. You see what I'm saying? I don't want no distractions. I want you to be like, oh, this beat hard. No. I want you to hear every syllable, every vowel. You know what I'm saying? So you can understand where I'm coming from. So
okay, so to make it like a little smidge, like I said, we ain't trying to put you on the spot like that, you know.
You good. But talk to me.
At the end of the day, like I said, since you got a music for vault, can you spit to us as a whole, as not only me but the viewers watching, a little poetry that you got up under them?
Some poetry.
Some poetry, like I said, ain't gotta be too massive. Like I said, just like maybe about 3-4 lines. Like I said, we wanna hear from the man himself. What thoughts is conducted in their mindset.
This man really did real deal put me on the spot, y'all. We got a whole script, and this man wrote all script for y'all.
Say, man.
Shoot.
Hey, that's what the people want to know, man. So like I said, you know,
all right.
If not, then like I said, no, we can. What we can do? If you want,
I can do it.
Oh, you got it in.
I can do it.
You got it in. All right, hey, we want to see it then. Come on.
All right. So for example, like, life's too short. People whining like they call you. Life knocked them down, they don't pay attention to what came out. Like, do you realize that that's what's inside you? Need I mind you? Every day he working on my heart so that I could be fine-tuned and we fine-tune the maker. Now I pray that one day you leave the blind soon because life's too short. That's all I'm gonna give you. That's all I can give you.
Businessman.
Hey,
businessman.
No, I appreciate you, man, because you put me in this man. I'll tell you about challenging you. You gonna do this for all these people that watch it.
Businessman.
I don't care if it's 10 of y'all, 1,000. You gonna do this for all these people?
Hey, man, shoot. We gotta give the people what they want.
That's true.
Like I said, not only what they need, but what they want.
Oh, you gonna spoil them.
Yeah, you got every little here and there, you know.
A little bit.
Just a little smile, you know.
I got you.
The little salt, you know. add on that little menu, you know, the little 3-star menu, 5-star menu, however you want to put it.
He painted the picture again. He painted the picture again.
But look here, man, to wrap up everything else, like I said, the last question I gotta ask is, when can we expect you and Antonio to make another collab?
Man, we've been in the talks, cause on the real, I'm trying to think the last time I was on an Antonio Harper song was on the Project Yardigates. I popped up a couple of times.
Okay.
I can't get no definite answer. I can let you know right now, like, we've been in the talks because we both recognize, like, dang, and like, he ain't been on none of my stuff, and I ain't been on none of his, and so there been talks about a single, possibly a project with a special guest on there too. So the future looking bright for that. Like, you know, I get that question quite often, especially for those that love the Project 2017.
Yeah.
They always be like, man, when you gonna make a song again? And man, I think it was just a time where if you been with Tony since the beginning, if not, check out his whole catalog. I promise you will see his growth. And I would say there was a point in time where we sounded similar. Like, beats sounded similar, flow sounded similar, even the tone had that squeaky voice. Lord help us. Like, even that sounded similar. But now it's really seeing from Yardigates to Sincerely. Like, after us collabing, you saw that there was like a major shift when it came to the sound. I was going this path, he's going this path. And so, for the way things are looking, man, it seems like we might be able to meet up again, and it's going to be very unique and different because we're going to bring both of those sounds together. So, I'm hoping this soon, though. I ain't going to lie, I'm hoping this soon because it's gonna be fun.
Hey, man, I'm here for it. Who y'all here for? We just waiting with our sign before y'all mess around and say it's a green light, man. So like I said, hey, we hope for nothing but the best. Man. And like I said, hey, I'm really looking forward to the future where y'all start doing little concerts together and whatnot too.
That's next level, bro.
Hey, that's gonna put y'all.
And he'll perform it too. A lot of people don't understand that. He can perform.
Oh yeah, facts.
Like, I know that little bro, but when it comes to him performing, I'm a fan. Cause that boy be cut it up.
He put his all into it every time he performed. I literally watched the man perform twice. Yeah. Down there in Austin, and like I said, he never disappoints. He never disappoints at all. Like I said, and I gotta also give a shout out to Javion Jackson too, because like I said, they be collabing together when it comes down to concerts as well. Like I said, they both on their own little stream, whatever. So like I said, shout out to both of y'all for real. But with that being said, man, hey, this the end of the segment, man. Look. So what we want you to do is always, like I said, like, comment, subscribe, tell your people. Don't tell your people if you don't want to, if you just want to keep it, keep it stingy to yourself. But at the end of the day, like I said, man, we here for y'all. Like I said, this is the process, and we out here. And like I said, as always, keep it breezy, keep it easy.
And make sure, today, we always got to shout some type of music out. Make sure you check out Antonio's Harper song. The song I'm gonna recommend for y'all, It's Okay.
Oh yeah, man.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Man.
Just stream It's Okay, and it will tell you everything else.
Hey, yeah, we ain't doing no talking behind that. Yeah, y'all just go ahead, go click that link right there, and like I say, go check it out. Yeah. Till then, hey, we out. Yeah, they hit me in my back. I started learning. Where do you hit me on?